Joined now by Johns Hopkins after the Blue Jays knock off Springfield 34-14 in the second round of the NCAA Division III football playoffs. Joined now by head coach Dan Watica, student athletes Bay Harvey, and Browning trainer Dan. We just have an opening comment about the game, and then we'll have a few questions for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, shout out to Springfield College. I mean, what a tough team. We knew immediately seeing on film how disciplined and how hard they run and how hard they hit on defense, and we definitely saw that today. I mean, unbelievable season by them. And in terms of us today, I think our message all week was, hey, just doing your job, playing assignment football on defense, and sticking to the game plan on offense. And we talked about, hey, there's going to be adversity throughout the game, and just trying to stay even keeled and embracing it and sticking to the plan. And I think our guys did that on both sides of the ball, absolutely.
So Browning, that adversity hit quick. They busted one for 56 on the very first play of the game. Just talk about you as a leader on the defense, what you're saying there. Obviously, they're going to break some. It's just the way they play, and they were going to hit them. And they hit one early, and just kind of like, the message you were given and how to stick to that plan.
Yes, sir. I mean, they did. They hit us in the mouth right out the gate, and we were just saying, hey, it's a four-quarter game, so obviously we want to, get the stop after that big play. We ended up giving up the touchdown, but coming back on the sideline, we had faith in our preparation, the film we watched, and the work that our coaches put in to give us a good game plan, and we just knew the guys that we had were going to be able to play assignment football the rest of the game, and we were able to wake up and lock it in and hold them to less than 50 yards of play for the rest of the game. So it was definitely a step up from there.
So Bay, they give up that first one, but you guys were able to actually put 3 consecutive scoring drives together. How important was it on that first drive of the game for us to really be able to take some time off the clock, but work our way down the field and put a scoring drive together and answer what they had come out with?
Yeah, I mean, scoring is good anytime you do it, really. But obviously, getting them going down the field and scoring as quickly as they did, being able to sort of put a sustained drive together, give our defense some rest, give them time to get everything in line, and a couple of big third down conversions on that drive as well was definitely great. Gave us the confidence the rest of the game. Obviously the next two is just, I feel like we've done that pretty consistently over the course of the season, is those fast starts. So now it's really more about continuing it through to the second half. That's going to really help us down the road.
Dan, how did it feel to win the time of possession battle?
Yeah, that's tough to do against Springfield. That's really, really tough to do. No, and it's all a testament to our defense, and it starts off with our coaching staff, to be honest with you. Coach Hill, Coach Wolf, Coach Bird, they unbelievable prep, getting ready for this tough team, and like Browning mentioned, just sticking to the game plan, having trust not only in the coaching staff, but you got to have trust in the other 10 guys that are out there with you to do their job. And then on the offense side of the ball, a key is moving those first down chains. And we knew going in, hey, we got to be smart with the football. We got to be able to move the ball and sustain long drives. And so we were fortunate to do that on both sides of the ball. Definitely complimentary football today.
And to keep them under 50% on third down too. I think the final number was 3 of 11. Browning, when were you guys really starting to feel it?
I think after that, we got a stop on the second drive, and then the third drive we had a string of 3 and outs kind of through the middle of the game, and we definitely were able to kind of step it up. It really helps against a team like that if we can get a tackle for loss early, get them in third and long, and then make a play on third down, and we were able to do that. And so it felt really good, especially after the way the game started, to kind of get rolling through the middle of the game and play the type of football that we knew we could play going into this week.
Dan or Browning, not an offense you see very often, but we have played Salisbury recently. How much does just a little familiarity with that scheme help in your preparation and then on game day?
Yeah, I'll start and you can add in, Browning. But I think it definitely helps. Just these guys obviously saw Salisbury last year, and it's just so different. It just takes time to really change up, hey, what your keys are that week, where you're looking, where you're adjusting. So I think that definitely helped in terms of seeing them before. But I'm not sure you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, we got to go back this week and watch some of the film from the Salisbury game too, so it's definitely helpful to have some of our triple option play calls that we had put in last year, being able to have that familiarity with having some guys that have run those play calls before and going to do it again. And then obviously we got them again after this, so it's definitely going to be a good warm-up.
Coach, how important was going into halftime with a lead? Obviously, with that style, if they're leading the game, they can kind of dictate things. How important was that advantage?
Absolutely critical. Yeah, we talked about that, and I was talking with the whole staff all week. Starting out, like Bay mentioned, starting off fast was absolutely huge for us, and that's what you got to do against a triple option team is be ahead and try to get them out of their game plan as much as you possibly can. So that was great. Just having a little bit of a lead, and yeah, I know we stalled a little bit in the third quarter, but what I really liked is when we stalled a little bit on offense and defense, it wasn't we didn't make bad plays worse, and didn't fully implode at any point. It was okay. Let's even the ship a little bit, and go out and have a great fourth quarter.
Browning, again, take me through that mindset, playing a triple option style. Take me through your mindset as a linebacker against that.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing the triple option as a linebacker. It's a lot of running the football. I don't have to drop back and cover the pass. You get to go hit somebody pretty much every play. But a lot of it is really just, hey, how disciplined can you be? Can I read my key every single play and do the same thing pretty much over and over for 4 quarters? And that's what they try to get us out of, is they're betting on, hey, we can't play our assignment every play. And they do a really good job. They're a disciplined team. They've got a lot of great players running the football, blocking. So they're definitely a challenge, especially with the time of possession. If they get 4 yards, usually if we stop the run for 4 yards against a team running the spread, that's a win, but that's a loss against these guys. So they really pushed us to make sure that we can get those tackles for loss. But it's just all discipline and eyes and being able to make your read correctly over and over and over.
But by the end of that game, just kind of similar to Steve's question, how locked in were you guys? Because it felt like, by the fourth quarter, it just really understood what they were trying to do.
I think so. They run an offense where they've got a few plays, and we knew they were going to pull out some tricks. They ran a Q draw a couple of times, something we hadn't seen. They threw it a couple of times, so we knew they were going to try to pull something out that was a little bit different. And they've got a deep bag of trick plays that we get to watch on film. So we knew they were going to try something like that. So we just had to stay locked in, stay disciplined, and stay mentally strong to prepare for whenever they were going to pull out.
But we didn't forget about you. How cool is it to get back on this stage after everything you've been through the last year?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been great having another season here at Hopkins with these guys. That's what it's about at the end of the day. That's why we want to win these games another week with these guys, getting to prepare for the next opponent. And obviously now, getting to play Salisbury again. That was the game I got hurt in last year. It's awesome. It couldn't be better.
93 yards for you on the ground today, a couple scores. It feels like in critical moments all year long, you've been really comfortable, taking it on the ground, taking it with your legs. Is that a coaching decision? Is that just something, hey, I want the ball in my hands? Where does that come from?
It's probably mostly just because we get an extra blocker when I do carry the ball. We're hat for hat, and there's one. The safety's my opposite player on the defense, so he's the guy to make the play if everybody else does their job. So I think it's pretty much that is why I get the ball in those situations.
The one play, Bay, to comment on for me, Enright's catch. It was full of touchdown.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
But just making that catch, just take me through the play, and then of course seeing what he did.
Yeah, it was a play action pass. Through the play action, I saw that I had the one-on-one to him, and he was even with the guy, so I knew he'd have a chance if I put it up for him. And their D tackle actually had a good rush on that play. I didn't really see him through my drop, and then as I was throwing the ball, I felt him right on my hip. And I just put it up, let Robbie track the ball, and he stuck up one hand for it, which I generally don't like seeing, but then was able to make a great play on it, catching inbounds, and that was awesome. He's made plays for us all year. Reminded me of the John Carroll one, if you guys know that one. That was a great catch too. So just awesome to see guys making plays.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations. We will see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.